Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great weekend and an even better start to this week. Um, Again, this morning, this is a very slow start for me. It's been slow a lot of mornings for the last week or so. And it's really because I'm waiting for the perfect spot. I'm not just taking trades just to be taking them. I'm not confident in the market direction just yet. So with a lot of uncertainty, I just like to sit and wait for the ideal trade. One that I think is going to follow through, is going to give me the best opportunity for profit. And that's kind of what my focus has been. Kind of goes with what I want, the message I want to share with you today. Without commitment, you'll never start. And for you guys that have started trading or started your journey, you committed to doing what you needed to do in order to get started. So you made that commitment. But without consistency, you're never going to finish. You will not complete the journey. So, that's why it's so important and why I try to preach being consistent in pretty much everything that you do. You want to be consistent in how you prepare for the market, from, waking up, your morning routine, building your watch list, because, something as simple as building your watch list. If you don't have a routine for that or a process for that, you're going to chase every stock somebody brings up. And when you do that, your morning is going to be chaotic because you don't know if that stock really fits your profile, or the stock's going to be in your wheelhouse. It may be something that it may have some characteristics that you're just not familiar with. So it's all about being consistent with everything you do. And like me choosing the stocks I trade, I try, I'm watching all of the stocks. I may pick one to really focus in on, but I'm waiting for that perfect opportunity to get in. It's like a sniper, and we use this analogy a lot. When a sniper is waiting for a shot, he may pass up multiple good shots to get that one great shot because, he doesn't want to give away his position. And if he misses, he may not ever get a chance at that target again. So he waits for, that perfect storm, so to speak. So that's kind of what I'm looking for now. Now, when the market is really moving, is volatile, we got a nice trend setting in, then we could be a little bit more lenient on how we trade because the market is going to move. But when the market is the way it is right now, it's not bad. You just have to know how to trade it to your advantage. And, being consistent with the setups you trade, the stocks that you look for to trade, all of those things will pay dividends in the end. We can't, a lot of us, when we came in, and I'm telling you, I was one of them. I just wanted to get stocks from somebody. I wanted somebody to tell me what stocks to trade, when to get in, when to get out. I wanted something easy. I even bought that Stock Horizon, subscribed to that for a couple months, because I wanted the easy way out. I didn't want to put the work in. But I realized, trying to find the easy way out and the easiest path it was a greater threat to my progress and, to me becoming a consistent and profitable trader than going through the hard times, than working through the learning process. So it's almost like these guys, these students I had that they put so much effort into figuring out how to cheat that if they had put half of that effort into actually studying and doing what they were supposed to do, they would have aced everything. So, that's, what I mean by that. So just being consistent, developing your own process for starting your day, for going through your day. You're going to have to change things up. Like I change my lunch up sometimes when the market is working, at 11, between 11 and 1. Then I'll switch up my lunch. I may go later so that I can stay here and catch the trades. So, I have a process to change things up, but you just have to be consistent with applying all of that. All right, so let's take a look at this morning. Okay, now IBM was really the stock that I focused in on this morning. We had a couple on there. Can't remember right off the top of my head, but we did have a couple. I think NTNX might have been one. TSEM might have been another one. Or was it YNDX? I can't remember all of them, but they really didn't offer any huge moves. I didn't really see a whole lot of potential. I put them on there because we could watch, and that something might have happened that they might have taken off because they have. If a stock has a history of a run, then it can have another run at some point. So we just kind of kept that in the back of our minds. But we were looking at this, the news on RHT and IBM. And, the news was IBM was going to buy RHT. And, for $190 per share. RHT was not trading anywhere near that. And I guess the IBM people thought that it probably wasn't a good deal. So, IBM took a nosedive. But it recovered through the morning, you could see. And going into the open, this thing had dropped to this 52-week low. And those are the stocks that I like. The stocks that got down to a new 52-week low, I can trade those because they're either going to sell off and give us a nice move selling off, or they're going to bounce and try to recover that gap, which would be another nice move. So you got to sit and wait for it to open and let it give you some kind of direction. And that's kind of what we did here. But I never could get that perfect shot to enter, that clean entry that I was looking for. But it made a nice move. And, the guys that were not as selective as I was, they were able to take advantage of this and profit off of this. And we could see the moves. Now, this move, had it pulled back a little bit more, I would have jumped on this. I was looking for it to pull back and maybe retest this level here, which is an opening range high, so that it would hold and I could take the trade off of that. Now, I could have taken the trade off of the 9, the 20, the VWAP, or the 50, anything right here, because everything was just right there together. But it just, again, I was looking for that perfect shot. I was passing up a good shot, trying to catch a perfect shot. And, we knew it was setting up to run up to the 200. And that's exactly what it did. And then it was sitting there and it was feeling like it was trying to flag here and then break the 200. We were building up strength in this flag to blow through the 200. And that's exactly what it did, but it couldn't hold it. So, it rejecting, this was a perfect reversal here. However, we had the 9 here, we had the 20 here, so we still had to be careful with this. It actually ran down and tapped the 100 period, and we had another run up. On this second fail of the 200, that was a clear shot to get short. But I was at lunch. I had gone to lunch, so I didn't get this. Even though I said I was looking at it, I was going to continue to watch it. I just missed it. I didn't take it. And you see here, we pulled back and kind of came back over it. But the best move came right after 3 o'clock. Because here we had, it couldn't hold again. We sold off through this. We had a bounce. Here's some pretty slow price action in through here. It rejected and gave us a clean move down. So this was probably the cleanest move that it made all day. But, multiple opportunities on this. So a lot of members made some money off of this today. But like I said, I was, if I was trading in my larger account, I would not be so selective. I could take a little bit more risk. Trading in a small account, I think I talked about this in the presentation yesterday, or even at some point. It's easier to trade a larger account because you're not as handcuffed. But I still feel the best way to start trading is in a small account, because it forces you to learn discipline and patience. And those are the two key elements that you need for consistency. If you don't have patience and discipline, you will never be a consistent trader. That I can promise you. So that was that with IBM. So if you were in our swing trade watch list and strategy session on Sunday, now that's open to everybody in the community. At 9 o'clock, we do a strategy session and we talk about swing trades. Now the strategy session can help you prepare for this week. And in part of that, we were talking about the spot. We always look at the market first, because everything that we do, even our swing trades, going to be based off the market. And, we saw this 265 level was a critical level. And I said, if we got through this level, I was going to be interested in looking at the volatility trades again. Because I felt under this level, we were going to have that, look out below move here. So this is what I was looking for today. And I was looking for the market to, start putting in a downtrend. And then once it cracked, this was going to be a real good trade. So kind of surprised me this morning when we opened and we had gapped up. But when we couldn't make a new high relative to the high Friday, I knew the fix was in. I felt that the fix was in. It was just a matter of time. I just had to be patient and waited for the perfect time to get in. Now, you guys, here's the spot here, and you can see this is what I was looking at. This was the 5-minute chart, and you can see we were putting in a downward trend, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So when I was at lunch, it's when this thing really started to kick in. So I ended up missing this move here, but in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have gotten in, because I would have had to wait for it to break this. And then the 200 was sitting right here. So, the ideal thing was to wait for it to break through the 200, lose it, test it, and reject it. And that's exactly what I did. That's when I got in TVIX. And, and it was well after lunch. after I got back that I got in. But right here, it sold off a little bit and then it bounced. And, yeah, I was a little bit concerned because we made a higher low and we made a higher high. But in order for this move to be dead, it's going to have to take, it's going to have to come up here and take this out. So I just waited to see if we were going to push through this resistance here. It didn't. We pulled back, and I was like, here we go. We made a lower low. I mean, a higher low. And so had this made a higher high, I would have killed the trade. But it tried, and it didn't. It barely, it almost had me out of this trade. I swear. But these are the games these market makers play. They know what we're looking for. They know what us retail traders are looking for to take a position. We get in, and then they turn around and try to take us out. But that didn't happen here. And I knew as soon as we got through the 200 that, we were going to be good. So what I'm doing is I'm watching. Okay, here's the SPY and TVIX side by side. And I kind of went over this in the class. Since I'm seeing shorts a lot better, and I'm watching the SPY because I kind of give more respect to the SPY than I do anything else. So I'm watching this, and I'm using these levels, for me to take profit. And so whenever it hits, I take profit. Now, I can kind of guesstimate where this is going to be when this gets to a certain level. But if I'm there and actively engaged, I can just easily mark it out. Once the price hits where I want it, I can just mark it out. And this doesn't move fast enough or too volatile to where I'm not, I'm not going to get any more than 2 or 3 cent slippage, if that. So I'm not even concerned about that. Now, if I was trading these low dollar, low float running stocks, I'd be concerned about trying to mark it in. But to me, I like doing that because I'm sitting there watching the bid or the ask, and as soon as it hits my price, I click the button, and it's immediate. Usually, when I do a market order, it'll guarantee to fill, through the house route, through SMAT, where most of the trades go. Every now and then, when I do a limit order, it'll fill through Edge or PDQM. But for the most part, it's going to fill SMAT. And it's immediate. I don't have to sit there and wait for it to hit. But that's what I was doing with this. So let's blow it up. And you can see these are the trades I took. Now this is actually going to be inverse of this. So all this is just inverting it and making it a long trade. If you look at it. So here's where we got that pullback. Here's the fake out or the attempted fake out that the market makers made. Here's where they came back again and tried to tap it lower, to make us think it's making a lower low. And then this thing took off. Now, greed is what got me here. I just completely screwed up because I was waiting for this thing to just pop, and it didn't. And I got mad at myself and ended up taking it off, taking the piece off that I should have done when we ran through this level before. And, so that really messed up the profit. And this messed up this first trade. Now, this first trade was, I did make a good deal of profit on this, but it could have been even better if I had traded it right the first time. Now, the second time, I had to let you guys know I had to, I got to leave to go pick my son up. So all I could do is tell you, that where I was getting in. And let's see, where is it? Yeah, I posted this picture. This is me in the carpool line at my son's school. This is what I'm doing. I think I was chatting with y'all in chat at the time. But I've got that one little laptop, and that's what I'm using to trade if I have to. If we're stuck in a trade like this. But, all I could tell you was, I'm getting back in TVIX, but I've got to monitor it from the road. I had to go get my son. And, what I was looking for my first target. A new lower day on the SPY, which meant a new high day on TVIX. That's where my first target was. And then I was looking for, my ultimate goal was 60, by the end of the day. Okay, and then I was like, I wimped out and I took some off at 59. And, that's kind of what happened there. But here it goes. So I wimped out and took some off at 59 instead of taking it all off here at 60. Now, had I waited, I could have taken the piece off here and then caught 61 again, because I was doing this in dollar increments at this point. Because I couldn't sit there and watch the trade, I had to put in targets and I had to put in limit orders so that I could take this off. And you can see I scaled out because we were making profit. I'm not going to scale out if we weren't making money. So 9 tickets, commissions were only $44.55. But look at the total P&L, $568.75. This is in a small account. I've been killing it in my larger account. I've been trading larger size. But everybody was like, everybody was like, why don't you trade this in the small account? I want to see you do it in that. How can we do it? So only 200 shares. We only traded 200 shares. We only took 200 shares, and this is what we made on 2 trades with 200 shares. We waited just like a sniper. Even though I didn't manage this first trade perfectly, this second trade, we want to get the exact top and bottom, but we can't do it. The main thing is to get the meat of the move. And I feel on this trade, I got the meat of the move. On this trade, I kind of shortchanged myself. But you could see what you can do. A small account only trading 200 shares of a $55 stock, trading 200 shares. You could have a $2,500 Share Trader account. Now I got probably about $3,500, $3,600 in it now. But $2,500, you could easily do this. The only stress we had in this trade is, the market makers trying to gobble us up. And once that game finished, it was smooth sailing all the way up. So that was my day today. Traders, that's me. Now, I don't trade while I'm driving. I wait till I pull over and, I'm sitting in the carpool line. That's when I'm trading here. If you haven't seen a video on how to trade with Share Trader, then check out that video. It's up on YouTube. I posted it yesterday. It's not just about Share Trader. It's about any broker that you're trading with a small account. It's the strategy that I feel is going to give you the best opportunity to grow your small account. Too many people try to jump and run too fast, and they can't get any traction. They can't get any consistency. If you're having trouble getting consistent in your trading, and come spend a couple months with me, and I'll show you exactly how to be consistent. If you follow me and learn what I'm teaching, you will be consistent. Okay? You can lose. You can have 2 or 3 bad weeks, but you will not lose your money. You will still have your money in your account, so that when the good weeks come, you can just start making money growing your account. You're going to have good days. You can have good days like we had today. You're going to have bad days where you may lose, or you may not make a whole lot of money. But if you're patient and you look for the ideal entries, the ideal setups, when you execute those and you do it at least once or twice a week, and you manage the other days that may not be so good, you're going to be fine. And it's not hard. It's just a matter of taking the time and learning. Like I said, you can't take the easy way out here. You're going to have to take time and learn it. And that's where your growth is going to come in. All right, guys. So everybody have a great day. We're going to get back at this tomorrow. And Wednesday, I will be doing another Sneak Peek Wednesday. We didn't get to take a trade last Wednesday morning. It was Wednesday evening, before we got our trades. But, we'll start out Wednesday morning, and, you can experience exactly what I'm talking about and what I've been talking about today. So you guys take care. Have a great night, and I'll see you first thing in the morning.